Superman 2025 by James Gunn just came out, and not only now, but months before the movie even came out, right-wing grifters were complaining that the movie was too woke. Of course, we all know about Ben Shapiro's tirade on the trailer that he released a couple weeks ago, but I'm gonna play it anyway just in case you haven't seen it. Let's watch it. So this came out 9 days ago as of this recording right now.
Now, in much, much lighter news, I just wanted to comment on the fact Superman is coming out this week. So, of course, this is much lighter news. Superman, the new movie from James Gunn, I've been a little skeptical of it because I think that James Gunn, he's fine for Guardians of the Galaxy, but Superman is a more serious property. The reason...
Bruh. What? What? Why is Superman more serious? They're all superheroes. What are you talking about? What? That's crazy. Like, I can understand if you're gonna say like Batman is serious, but they're all silly, right? Like, we can all understand that they're all silly. Anyway.
Politically is because when we talk about the left and the left in the media, and then we talk about the left in Hollywood, the level of out-of-touchness with the everyday American is truly insane, truly crazy.
The left's out of touch? Dog, how much are you getting paid for your company, Daily Wire, to make this video right now? I think when anybody has too much money, they're out of touch with normal people. But I don't think radical messages like be nice is as out of touch as you think it might be.
So James Gunn did an interview with the Times of London, and he was talking about the themes in Superman. And he explained that the superhero epic encompasses the story of America. He said, I mean, Superman is the story of America, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something that we have lost. So he's now trying to make the case effectively that Superman is kind of an illegal immigrant. Gunn acknowledged the movie's themes may be interpreted differently across political groups, especially considering the nationwide unrest around immigration. However, Gunn stands by the ideals embedded in Superman and added he doesn't care if anyone takes offense. Yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness, and obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind, and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness. But screw them. And then he says, yes, it's about politics, but on another level, it's about morality.
I feel like that's pretty valid. I wonder what the comments are saying. We love to see it. If you think Superman is too woke, that might mean you're just a villain. A Jewish American not understanding Superman is just sad. Failed screenwriter complains about successful screenwriter's normal Superman takes. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me that these are issues that, like, I understand why they're issues, and we're going to talk about them in a second, but it's crazy to me that when you sit down and think about it, one side is literally saying, hey, being nice is good, and the other side is saying, whoa, that's too radical for me. I don't really want to watch the rest of this. Another actor, Dean Cain, who apparently played Superman in like a TV show in the 90s, also came out and said he was worried Superman was too woke, talking about immigration, saying it was gonna bomb box office numbers, which, again, he didn't see the movie before saying that. And two, the box office is loving Superman, so obviously that's wrong. I just don't understand why there's not an issue. Nothing's happening. Me watching grown men online because a popular superhero movie told them to be nice and not do war crimes? Like, what is the issue here? Superman, by all accounts, is an immigrant. An illegal immigrant. And he always has been. His struggles to fit into a new life and socialize with the people around him are very indicative of the actual struggles that actual immigrants go through. Superheroes have been used as metaphors for minority groups for as long as they've been written. Think of the X-Men being used as a metaphor for different groups in the LGBTQ community. But what the movie is trying to get you to see is that this illegal, undocumented immigrant can serve the country for the better. Now, do I think that everybody's goal in life should be to serve the country for the better? No, but the movie clearly wants you to see that this outsider coming in to protect us is good. But here's the thing. I've heard people say they hate the movie without watching it because it's too woke. And I've heard people say it's the best superhero movie ever made, especially because of the political commentary. And I've also heard people say they don't like it because it's political, period. And that's stupid. Amazing! All art, everything is inherently political because humans live in societies that are dictated by policies. Even if the artist wasn't trying to make a political statement, even if the piece itself isn't about something political, it's political. So I'm going to give an opinion that's going to piss everybody off. The new Superman movie was alright. Oh yeah, we're playing the middle, baby. It's definitely not bad. When somebody asked me what I thought about it after seeing it, I said it was a little better than good. Stepping away from politics for a minute, it looks great. The colors pop, the cinematography is creative, the fight scenes were incredibly well done and very interesting to watch. The CG throughout the movie looked fantastic. The designs for all the models were the perfect balance of actually interesting to look at and also fitting in the world. It was really cool to hear the original Superman theme sprinkled throughout the track, as well as this Prince of Egypt sounding god theme that I really liked. All the actors performed well, the humor was pretty strong, and I think this was the best fleshed out version of Superman we've gotten on the big screen. I don't read any of the comics, so I don't have anything to say about those, but the movie should be able to stand on its own regardless. And the trials that Clark Kent goes through and the emotions he shows us on that screen are great. I also thought the character of Lex Luthor was pretty strong. His motivations are very clear and you understand him by the end of the movie. Hopefully you don't agree with him, but you understand him. The trend with movies about Superman is to treat him like an alien and show how he has trouble relating to humans and being human. But James Gunn totally flips that and focuses on him being more human in this movie. He makes mistakes, he has fights with Lois, his girlfriend. I don't think he wins a physical fight in this movie until the very end. Like, yeah, he's an alien, but what's more human than feeling like you don't fit in? Other characters like Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner add a lot to the movie. But let's go back to Lois for a second. This is also where we're gonna bring the politics back in. The commentary of the movie, I think, is done well. It's a little obvious, but I think that's what audiences need. Media literacy is not a skill that is valued in today's world. So if your message is too subtle, people are gonna miss it or misinterpret it. So if it's too subtle, people are gonna miss your message or misinterpret it. It's like how a ton of MAGA supporters are still on Homelander's side in The Boys. To normal people, he's obviously a bad guy who needs help, but to them, it's everything they can't say being said. And that's scary. Superman has a strong pro-immigration message, as well as a strong anti-war message, which parallels Israel's continued genocide of the Palestinian people happening right now. All of that commentary is good. I also think it's great that young boys are going into the movie theater and seeing a jacked superhero who has feelings and cares about things and makes mistakes and apologizes for those mistakes, owning up to them. More of that, please. Where the movie falls flat is all of its women characters. There are a number of women in the movie that could be huge contributors to the plot, and they just aren't. The engineer at the beginning of the movie finds the Fortress of Solitude, but she's doing it for Lex Luthor. And throughout the rest of the movie, every action she takes is to please Lex Luthor. At the end of the movie, Superman talks to her and says, "You don't have to do this." And I realized, I don't know how she's feeling about any of this. Does she want to stop? Does she like being evil? I truly don't know. Hawkgirl is another example. Earlier, I said that Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific were great additions to the movie. And while that's true, they are on a superhero team with Hawkgirl, who just sort of screeches the whole time. She sort of gave off "I'm over it" teen energy, but she never had a moment to shine as a character or do more than that. Even when she kills the Baravian president at the end of the movie, all she can say is, "I'm not Superman." One of the most interesting characters in the movie, Eva Teschmacher, who is Lex Luthor's abused girlfriend, is the one who sends all the secret information about Lex Luthor to the Daily Planet so they can write an article and get him arrested at the end of the movie. This is really cool and a huge part of the story. But why does she do it? Because she realizes that no matter how much money or power you have, being evil is wrong? No, she does it because Lex Luthor is mean to her and she wants to get back with her ex-boyfriend Jimmy, who works at the Daily Planet. You had a great character right there, and then you made every action she takes go back to the men around her, which sucks. And finally, we get to Lois Lane. Lois Lane is a great character. A no-nonsense reporter who would do anything to get her story. Contrasted with the all-American, all-trusting Superman is perfect. Superman is the muscle and the heart, but Lois is the brains. Lois Lane is the one who figures out Lex's plan and his connection to the Baravian government in the movie. She recruits Mr. Terrific and goes to free Superman from the interdimensional prison that he's being held at. She holds Superman accountable during an interview at the beginning of the movie for his international actions and if they were right or wrong. All of this sounds great on paper, but in the actual movie, it plays out a little differently. The interview at the beginning of the movie is actually really strong. She stood her ground, which let us as the audience know that Superman doesn't have all the answers, but he feels he knows what is right. Lois leads the conversation and has a full character's worth of thoughts and emotions. You understand both characters independent from each other. Then when she asks the Justice Gang to help her free Superman, Mr. Terrific agrees. They get to the pocket dimension wormhole door, and Lois has to stand there and ask questions questions as Mr. Terrific gets to actually do something. And the worst thing, the absolute worst part of the movie, after Lois Lane figures out Lex Luthor's plan, and Jimmy is sent over the evidence from Eva proving that Lex Luthor is doing evil stuff, Jimmy writes and publishes the article. Jimmy? Not Lois? What are we doing here, guys? Every woman character falls victim to this. When Superman goes back home to his house in Kansas to heal up, his pa has a touching word with him on the porch talking about how proud he is of the man he became. And then the mom comes in saying she cleaned his boots. Why are we so against women doing things? It would make the movie 100 times better if they would just be involved with the plot. What if Jimmy was dreading going on a date with Eva after he got the information, and then it turns out Eva's been working with Lois secretively the whole time trying to bust Lex for months? What if the engineer really liked being evil and was the perfect counterpart to Lex Luthor's intellect? What if Hawkgirl is really socially smart to contrast Guy Gardner and Mr. Terrific, so she would have her own information and point of view to bring to the table when Lois asks them to help her save Superman? What if Ma did more than clean the boots? Overall, Superman is good. I liked it. I think the things it was trying to say were said well, but at the same time, we should hold the movie accountable to things that it didn't do so well, especially with this being the kickoff of a whole new universe of DC movies. Let's go into this 10-year project knowing what we do well, and knowing what we should remember to include or focus on. I think Supergirl is the next movie scheduled, and I'm sure her character is going to be super fleshed out and believable, but let's make sure her best friend, or her mom, or any other women in the movie also feel like real people. And I want to be clear, I don't think any of the actors and actresses in the movie did a bad job at all. I actually think everybody knocked it out of the park. I think it came down to a writing room issue where a lot of the characters didn't have enough to be fully fleshed out. But that's all for this one. I am genuinely excited about this new direction for DC movies. I thought Superman did a great job of balancing real stakes with good humor throughout. Also, apparently dog adoptions are up like 500% since the movie opened, so that's great. But what do you think? I'd love to discuss in the comments. Like and share this video so more people can see it, and subscribe to this channel for more videos analyzing art and media. I'll see you in the next one.